What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm in Farming Simulator 15. A couple of things. One is it's harvest time. I did some fast forwarding because we have no animals, so it's not going to affect them just yet. Because I really didn't have much else to do, and I promised you guys in the next episode that we'd be harvesting, so we are. Also, you may have noticed that the combine is gone. I sold it, made some money off it, obviously. You can see we have $128,385. A lot of that came from wood chips too, from me going around cutting down all the nuisance trees that were in the way, chipping them up and selling the chips. And with some of that money, I bought this. This is the Case IH 1455. It's got a front loader attachment on it. It's kind of in a weird place, but you know what? This is a decent little tractor, and I like it. It's kind of loud, but other than that, it works really well. So, and I thought it would be a good addition to the farm for now. So, the first thing we're going to have to do now is rent a combine, which I said I was going to do, come this next harvest. So, we'll go, let's see, might as well try to get an in-game one, I guess. This is $500 an hour to rent the TC590, which I think is just about the right size for this map. So, we'll go ahead and take that. We'll rent it for 3 hours, I guess. Hopefully that'll be enough. We will find out. It's going to take a second. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we have to rent the head as well. So that's going to, we'll get the 18-footer. That's $106 an hour. We'll get that for 3 hours too. So, it costs a fair bit of money to rent the stuff, but it's far cheaper than buying one right off the bat, So we will get one eventually. But for right now, I think we'll go ahead and reset these back to the farm. I think this just is, is a cost-effective way to get through the harvest right now. So, okay, I'll get out of that, and we'll tab over to it as soon as I get to it. There it is. And, the other reason I got this one, too, is that I won't need a header trailer to get it around, so one less thing to spend money on. So, as you can see up there, we have 2 hours and 59 minutes left on the rental. So, kind of got to move right along here, get this done. We have 4 fields to harvest. Should give us plenty of barley. Hopefully hopefully we'll make a decent amount of money on it. And gotta get that attached. There we go. So make a decent amount of money on it. We'll have plenty of straw, so that'll be good. We can bring some straw to the mix station and bring some to the dairy cows. And I think we may buy some dairy cows. I don't know if I have silage yet or not. I don't know if the silage pit has fully fermented or not. We'll have to check that. I'd like to get some dairy cows going, just for manure and stuff. Mostly, that's really kind of where I'm at with dairy cows. I enjoy the process of working with dairy cattle, and then the manure is the big bonus for me. So, the money that it'll bring in obviously won't be a problem either. So, here on Every Little Bit Helps Farm. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this, let's see, let's get this going over here. We get it going this way, we'll keep the pipe out of the crop. So, I'm going to unfold it first, back it up, and we'll get this set up. Now, let's see, I want to go that way, I want to go that, turn that on, and I think we'll set this to stop just because it'll be easier for me to unload it. And off it goes. As soon as it turns green, we'll be good. Yep, and there it goes. Okay. Go ahead and leave a swath, because like I said, we're going to need it anyway. So now hopefully, the yield should be good on this. The field was fertilized, so we'll see how that turns out. Now, while that's going, we can go ahead and jump in. We'll take the John Deere, I guess. You could also see that I've traded in the standard in-game weights for the OEB weights, just because I really like the OEB weights. And this being an OEB map, it just makes sense to use OEB weights. So I like the fact that they're adjustable, they look good, and they work perfect, so why not use them? Now, one thing I didn't check before, whoops, more of my awesome backing up skills here. And if I could see what I was doing, that would be helpful. One thing I didn't check was the cost of what barley is actually selling for. Let's see if we can determine that. Barley is selling at 736 at the Cobb, 717 at the Farm Shop, 480 at the Freight Yard, 634 at OEB Limited, and 717 at Old Ridge Hotel. 666, 634. Okay, so it looks like it wants to be DeKalb at 736. Okay. Well, we don't have to worry about that just yet anyway. It'll be a little while before we, have enough to take. I may end up just dumping this in the silo and then taking it all at once. I think that might make more sense than trying to, because obviously I won't have time to run all the way down there and back before this thing fills up. So it's only 18.9% full now, so it'll be a little while before it fills up, but we'll just go ahead and park this right here for now, and we'll switch back to this. I just want to keep an eye on this, make sure it's not going to get stuck on, on any of the trees or anything. I don't think it should. I did move 2 trees off of this field, so hopefully it'll be okay. Now I know it's gonna make this weird turn here and kind of drive down the hedge a little bit, but that'll be okay. So hopefully 3 hours will be enough to get these 4 fields harvested. It should be. I wouldn't think it's going to take any longer than that. So I'm trying to decide if I want to time-lapse this or if I want to do this just straight out. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll let it go around once here, and then I'll kick it into a time-lapse for you guys, just so you don't have to sit through. And then afterwards we'll sell all the grain and then bring the straw up to the mix station and to the dairy cattle. And if we have, obviously we're going to have probably quite a bit off of 4 fields. So whatever we have left, we can just kind of, bring around to the other animals as well, just to make sure that, one more thing, everybody's got. So, we don't have any animals right now, so nobody's used anything, so that's good. The alfalfa's all grown up. I'm going to try to mow it one more time, I think, and see if it works, see if I can get a windrow out of it, see if I can actually row it up. We'll try that and see how that all works out as well. So yeah, so there you go. So okay, so be the first time-lapse harvest of Old Ridge Farm. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll stick some music to it, and you can basically watch the harvester and me fly around here harvesting these fields and collecting all the grain. So I'll see you guys in a little while. Okay, so that harvest is done. It's not the prettiest harvest I ever did, that's for sure. I gotta say, sometimes it's fun just to watch Auto Combine try to figure stuff out. Sometimes it struggles, sometimes, you know, it works just perfect. I don't know. I had some issues with it that time where it wouldn't, after I unloaded it, wouldn't start going again. I'm sure there's a fix for that. You know, something I'm either doing wrong or whatever. But, you know, again, you know, just I set it to the regular hired worker, and once I had a headland and everything, it worked just fine. So, all right. So now we can return this thing. Oh, you know what I wanted to do first, though? I'm going to lower the head and disconnect that. Because they're two separate items, obviously, so just in case it gets a little weird. So this can go back now. We'll even fold it up for him. Be nice, you know. There we go. Okay, turn it off. And go into the garage. And return it. Return vehicle. Yes. Okay. And return this as well. Yes. Okay. There you go. So that's done. Our header and our combine have now been returned for our rental. So now I'm going to try something, and we're going to see how it works. I'm going to try to set up a course to let Courseplay deliver this grain to the DeKalb plant as soon as I... now I know it's near here somewhere. I don't want to go too far away. Let me just look on the map here while this is loading up. So we'll start right there. Yeah, I don't have any wheat. No. Ended up with 57,836 liters of barley, which isn't a lot, but you know what? I will take it. So, all right, DeKalb. So we need to go out of here, take a right, and then take another right, and then head straight south. Okay. Let's see how lost we can get doing this. So we'll go ahead and start the course right here. I'll just turn that off for now. Now, it's going to be a little tricky because I don't think I'm going to get the 2 before I have to turn. So that's going to be a problem. Oh, just barely got the 2. Okay. We'll go down here. Get on the right side of the road would be helpful, I think. And then I figure while this is doing this, assuming it works, I'm going to watch it once, make sure it works. Then I will go and... where do I want to turn? Do I want to turn not here, right? Do I want to turn here? Nope, the next one. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm sending it in the right direction. While this is doing this, and I'll watch it once, like I said, to make sure it's actually going to work and it's not going to crash in anything or do anything silly, or if I screwed up the course or anything, you know. Then we'll start picking up that straw. I think... geez, do I really want to spend a whole bunch of money now that I have a little money? Of course I do. Of course I want to spend a bunch of money. Why wouldn't I? I think I'm going to buy a baler. You know, it may not be the best purchase in the world, but I also think that it'll be easier, I think. I think it'll be less trips back and forth if I buy a baler and the auto stack trailer. It'll probably be less trips overall than with the forage wagon, I think. I don't know that for sure. Let's see, how much do we weigh? 15,936, I think that says. Very cool. Now, where is the actual dump point for this? I don't really know. I should probably find that out before I... Can I have my mouse back? Thank you. You know what? It's got to be over here, I would think. Let's find out. I don't remember, of course. Of course I don't remember. Why would I remember? Well, let's see. Dump point? Oh, there it is. Okay. So we go over here, and we make an ugly course, but you know what? That's okay. I don't really ever see having more than one tractor doing more than one thing, you know, on this... oh, crap. How am I not on the tip point? It would be, I guess, helpful if I had that open. Hopefully that doesn't screw up the course. Nope. Looks like it's going to be okay. I've never actually done that before, so I didn't know what it was going to do to the course. So, yeah, we're going to make a little money off of this, which is nice, you know. No sense holding on to it. Might as well just sell it and get it over with and make, you know, as much money as we can. Because, like I said, we're gonna be selling. I mean, we're gonna be buying some stuff. So, I guess we'll just go right back out the same way we came. One good thing about Courseplay, I should just drive around with Courseplay everywhere I go. just for the simple fact that I'm less likely to get lost because it'll leave waypoints. So I can always find my way back. You know, again, that's not the prettiest of courses, having them cross over each other like that. When you're only going to have one tractor, you know, doing a course at a time, it's not such a big deal. If I was going to have, you know, more than one tractor run this course, I would go back in and redo it and really, you know, do it right. Because I can just imagine, hey, wait a minute, you're teaching us how to use courseplay, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. Right, exactly. So, you know, it's just one of those things. So, now, this is where it's going to be a little tricky. Getting this to loop back on itself. Yeah, maybe not. It should be okay. You know, again, it's not, you know, you can see where I was on the road. I was sort of in the middle of the road. I wasn't really, you know, on my own side of the road. All things that, you know, that I strongly suggest that you guys do, you know, when you make courses. But now, how am I going to do this? Don't do this. This is an ugly course. This is definitely not the way you want to do a course. There's no way I make this turn. There's no way courseplay is going to make this turn. Nope. 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 Oh, maybe just. Maybe just. This is ugly. Like I said, I would definitely not recommend you do this. I don't know how it's going to work. We're going to find out. Oh. The silo's in a little bit of a weird place. I suppose I could have went around if I'd have been, you know, if I wouldn't have been a complete idiot. I could have went around and, you know, made it come in a different entrance. That probably would have been a smart thing to do. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put it there. Jeez, that's ugly. We'll put it on grain transport, and we'll put it on barley, and we will. Let's see. Let's see what it does. Drive the course. No. Okay. Well, at least it's going to fill up. That's the first, you know, sort of hurdle. So. Now we'll watch it once, make sure it unloads and everything, make sure it comes back, make sure it can make that ridiculous turn that I made it make. So. You know, courseplay will do things, you know, pretty well in spite of yourself, you know what I mean? It will try its best to do what you want it to do. So even when you're an idiot, you know, or when I'm an idiot, I should say. I'm certainly not calling you guys idiots. You know, when I make it do things that just don't make any sense. So, you know, like it's going to slow down here because I slowed down and be like, okay, I know where I'm going. The guy who made this course, you know, is a moron. At least this decob thing is not a backup tip point. You know, it's not a reversing tip point. You can drive through it, so that's good. I, for some reason, have a real hard time, and that's why I haven't made a courseplay tutorial on how to back up, because for some reason my backup courses, my reverse courses, never work. So, or at least they don't work the way they're supposed to. If I say I want the wheel loader to compact silage, I don't seem to have any trouble with that. I can make that go back and forth and everything works fine. But whenever I want to tip something in reverse, it never really works out the way that I would like it to. So, and I need to watch David Oldfield again, because he actually gave a tip on how to do that, and I may be just doing it wrong. So I'm going to have to watch that video again where he gave that tip on how to tip in reverse. So now I'm curious to see what's going to happen over here. Hopefully me disconnecting the trailer doesn't cause it to go nuts, because, you know, again, I'm not very smart. So, all right, tip trigger reached. Please unload, please unload, please unload, please unload, please unload, please unload. Oh, thank you. Okay, so now just so long as it makes that crazy turn I made it make, we should be okay. So. Oop, 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 oop. A little light there, I guess. How much weight do I have on this? I think I have 600 kilograms. Yeah, I think that's probably enough, I think, for this. So I think I just had to make that turn too fast. So normally I set it to a set speed when I make a course, so that it's always going the same speed. But I kind of like it when it speeds up and slows down, you know. So kind of like you would do in real life, I guess. As unrealistic as this course is, especially when it gets back up here to the farm and has to make that ridiculous turn. Hopefully it will. If it does, great. Then I know it'll work, and I'll probably save the course, and then I will buy a baler and the auto stack trailer, and we'll spend all the money that we're making right now. You know, get the straw up, get it to the mix station and into the cow pen, and that will probably be an episode. I don't know, actually. You know, I'll probably bale the fields, I guess, and then we could probably pick them up in the next episode. So, because then all the straw, will, obviously straw needs to be picked up, the bales need to be delivered, you know, and then everything needs to be fertilized and replanted. So, oh, this is going to be interesting. I don't foresee it making this turn. I really don't. I think it's going to try to swing around, and it's going to get stuck on either this log, that tree, this fence. Oh, really? Whew. Wow, no way. Good job, Courseplay. Hands up. Thumbs high for Courseplay, huh? Because it certainly was Courseplay that did that, not me, you know, making that stupid course. So, okay. And there it goes, filling up again. All right, very good. Looks like it's going to work, so that's a plus. All right, so let's see. Balers. I want a round baler, you know, because that's just way too much money. So we'll go ahead and get this. Or do we want to rent one? It's $193 an hour to rent one. And how much is this to rent? $80 an hour. We're going to be doing a lot of baling, though. It might just make sense to just buy one and get it over with. You know what? No, let's rent one. Why not? Since we can. I don't see us needing it for more than an hour. So, you know what? Just to be safe, though. Better. No, you know what? That's just a waste of money, I think. Geez, BP, make up your mind. And we'll rent this. No, I don't want to rent that just yet. I want to make the bales first. Let's go ahead and make the bales first. We'll get this thing delivered, as it were. Whoops. And there we go. And reset that. Yes. Okay. And okay. Yeah. It says this too because apparently the water plane is real close to the ground layer over there. You'll see this sometimes. Bipolar Prophet has a rental vehicle submerged in water. I think it does that for multiplayer to tell you, you know, if somebody has just dropped a rental thing, you know, in a river or whatever. So we'll go ahead and use our very loud. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Case. So turn that off. Turn this off. Make sure the IC is off. Okay. Pick up our baler. And I guess I could have took the front loader off, but yeah, you know what? I'll keep it on there. It's funny, this tractor and the John Deere have the exact same amount of horsepower. 135 horsepower, so there's no, you know, horsepower advantage to either one of these. One has a front loader, one doesn't. So, you know, I think it, you know, we obviously needed a tractor with a front loader, so... And, you know, when this one became available and it was cheap, I decided that that Old Ridge Farm here could definitely use it. So, pick up our baler and get started baling. Probably won't get a ton of bales off these fields, I wouldn't imagine, but probably enough to, you know, to at least, you know, we'll be able to make mixed rations. So, assuming we have silage. I don't know if that silage... Really, my depth perception is so bad. I don't know if that silage is ready yet or not, but we will find out. Oh, there we go. Okay. Back off to the field. It's funny, I had another one of my famous sneezing fits when I was recording the harvest, you know, which I'm obviously going to time-lapse for you guys. And, of course, by the time you hear this, you will have already seen the time-lapse. And now my nose is so stuffed up. Winter, summer, fall, spring, doesn't matter. If you guys suffer from sinus, you know what it's like. It's just miserable. Alrighty. Might as well start right here, I guess. Dial the speed way down. Kind of clip the hedge there, but okay. Let's try that. VB. And 3. And away we go. Now I'm going to have to keep my eye on it because I can't hear the beep because I have the volume turned down very low. So it doesn't, drown you guys. So it doesn't drown my voice out and kill you guys' ears. So just got to make sure I keep my eye on the counter down there. Close now. Third. Stop. Stop. Turn this way a little bit. Turn this way a little bit. There we go. There we go. No. Not quite that far. Load it. Boom. First bale made on Old Ridge Farm. Very cool. Very, very cool. Can we do this in the cab? I don't know. Probably. It'd probably be easier if that front loader wasn't in the way. This doesn't have the best visibility out the front of the tractor anyway, just because the nose is so long, and this farmer I'm flapping back and forth can sometimes be annoying. It was cool in Farming Simulator 13. I don't know that I like it in Farming Simulator 15, to be honest, but is that empty already? Wow. Okay, let me go, let's tab to that and send him on his way. Okay, well, drive now. Oh, you know what? I want to save this course too. We're going to call this Grain to Decob. No. That's the other thing. If you hit K on this, you'll get that. So I forgot about that. Decob. Only does it once, so not a big deal. Okay. That's done. Alright. Since that course is ridiculous, but it does work, so why not, right? Might as well save it. Do I want to go back in the cab? I think I'll stay out of the cab, just especially in the corners, because it's going to be hard to get it all anyway, and it's going to be even harder to see it. So, oh wow, got that one just right. How about that? I got completely lucky with that. At least with this, we don't have to make the the endless trips back and forth. We could probably make 1 or 2 trips with the auto stacker to get all the bales and be done with it. And yeah, I could have bought this, but you know what? I think we might as well try to conserve the money while we can. For things that we're absolutely going to need. I want to buy some animals. I think tractor-wise we're good. I think tipper-wise we're good. If we can rent stuff that we can rent, why not? I think for now it makes sense until we have enough money that, we can afford to buy stuff. That's what I get for not paying attention. We got 3 bales so far. That's pretty good. Pretty good. These windrows are a little tricky. Luckily, the baler has a slightly wider pickup area on it than the forage wagon does, which is weird. You think they'd all be the same, but this one seems to be a little wider because the forage wagon doesn't like to pick up these big wide rows sort of all at once like that. So. Obviously, the yield was better this time because the fields were fertilized, so that increases the amount of straw too, which is nice. So we end up $167,535. That's pretty good. I think we're doing pretty good now. Obviously, we have bank payments to make and all that. The thought has occurred to me to maybe pay the bank back some money. For some reason, I'm always loath to do that. It's like I don't want to pay the bank back. I know I have to, obviously, but it's always a thing. I always say, "Oh, I don't want to do it." So, and it's always kind of the last thing I end up doing. But maybe we'll give them, maybe we can give them $10,000, $15,000, I guess. It'll cut down on the interest payments we have. So, I think we can do this part inside the cab. I think these rows are pretty straight. So, as long as I remember to keep an eye on the counter. You're gonna feel, oh, perfect. And I even missed some. So let's go ahead and shove this bale back. Nope, that's not going to work. I forget you can't push anything. You can't push anything in Farm Sim 15. Everything just, you can, if you back over something, you'll back over it. We'll start doing this row by row, I think. Every other row. Because this IH turns pretty good, but these windrows being so close together, going to make it a little tricky. Oh yes, I also wanted to. I wanted to pay attention. I wanted to talk about this a little bit. So by the time you guys see this, we will have crossed the 1,400 subscriber threshold, which is awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. It means so much to me. That many people have decided that they like my stuff, and that I'm worth watching, and all that. Thank you. It's amazing. I really don't have words to describe how good that makes me feel. Because as I've said, repeatedly, it is pretty hard work. It's not just playing games. There's a lot of editing and rendering and and all that kind of stuff, and and a lot of non-game playing sort of related things to do this. So it's awesome that other people say, hey, you know what? I like his stuff enough. I'm going to subscribe to him, and so that's awesome. So what I thought I would do is maybe as a I don't know, incentive or whatever. But at 1,500 subscribers, I'm going to do a Q&A. I know I'm not really a closed book. I pretty much talk about everything in my videos. But if there's any questions you guys have about me, about the Bipolar Prophet, about, I don't know, my computer, questions about the channel, about videos, about, mods maybe, if I can answer them, stuff like that. Personal questions to a point. I'm not going to give out my address like I almost did once. I'm not going to talk about money or how much I make or any of that. But any kind of questions you guys have, please feel free to leave them in the comments of this video. And I will write them all down. I'll make note of them all, who asked me, and and all that. And I will answer all the questions that I can, that I feel that are appropriate, and that that you guys ask. I think it'd be cool. You guys get to know a little bit more about me. If there's anything you guys already don't know about me, and I'd be more than glad to answer them. So just something to think about. As soon as we hit 1,500 subscribers, I will make that video, whether it's a farm sim video, where I just answer the questions, or whether it's a sort of a face video, where there won't be any gameplay involved. It'll just be me answering your questions. I don't know yet. You guys can let me know about that too, what you'd prefer to see. And yeah, so there you go. And once again, guys, thanks so much. Bipolar Prophet Gaming as as an entity, as a channel, and as a community and everything would be nowhere without you guys. So thanks so much. Whoops. I was doing so good, and then I missed. I missed making the corners. We're getting a lot more bales off this field than I thought we would. We're going to end up with a lot of bales off these 4 fields, which is good. That's probably going to be good. We won't probably need straw for a little while, hopefully. We'll put some in the mix station and some down for the dairy cows. I think we're going to start with dairy cows, and then whatever's left over will go in the other animals, I suppose. Yeah, I'm sure it won't take very much because of the fact that we don't have any of those animals yet. I'm trying to decide which one of the breeding animals I want to start with. I've done pigs before, and I've done a little bit of beef cattle. I don't think I've ever done beef cattle on screen. I know I've done pigs on screen in Agricom, on Farming Simulator 13. So maybe we'll start with the lambs, I guess. That might be fun, just because we haven't done it. So. think what I might do, just to keep this video not ridiculously long, a lot of it's going to be time-lapse, so that's going to cut down a lot of the time on it. But just to keep it, keep it in the same sort of general vicinity as all the other ones, I may just bail this field, and I'll finish doing the baling off screen. And then when they're all ready to be collected, I'll come back and do that in the next episode, and we can get them transported to where they need to go. So I think that's, I think that'll be a plan. I think that'll be kind of fun. I have no idea how long this video is. I don't. I'm back to using Fraps as my recording software, so I don't run a timer, because I don't really worry about it. I go until I feel like, okay, this video has been going on for a very long time now, and it's time to say goodbye, everybody. So, but yeah, I think I'll finish this field, and I'll do the rest off screen, and then keep not paying attention, and then in the next episode, I will we'll come back and collect them all. So, only have 47 minutes left on this thing, so I need to get a move on. That's for sure. Luckily these fields aren't massive. If they were, obviously if they were really big fields, I would definitely have rented this thing for quite a bit longer. I just don't want to spend the money if I don't have to. Because it's not like you get it back, if you rent it for, I don't think, if you rent it for 2 hours, you only use it for an hour. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know how it works. I just know that I don't want to end up paying an overdraft fee. Okay, you've had it longer than you're supposed to, and that's a pretty significant penalty. So, come on, get there by the end of the row. Oh, almost. I was really hoping that was going to go to 4,000 by the end of the row. That would have been perfect. Nope, not going to make that turn. So. Then we'll come back and fertilize these fields after all the bales are picked up, and get them reseeded. I'll figure out what we're going to seed them with. Really, you make that turn and it's full. That's why I was hoping it was going to get to the end of that previous row and be full. But, okay, that's fine. After this, I'm going to check the statistics and see how many bales actually we get off this field, because it's a lot more than I thought. And I'll count the one that's in here, just because 90% of the straw that make this bale is going to come from this field. So, okay, so we'll go ahead and lift that and turn that off, just for now, and let's see how many bales we ended up getting off of this field. Graded bales, 11. Oh, 11 bales off that field. That's a lot more than I really thought we were going to get. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, I will finish up all this baling off screen now, and in the next episode, we'll be going around with the auto stack, which we will also rent, and pick them all up and deliver them where they need to go. As always, guys, please let me know what you're thinking about this map, the channel, the videos, anything, the series, anything like that. Make sure to ask your questions for the 1,500 subscriber Q&A with the Bipolar Prophet. And as always, thanks so much for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.